What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys can see here, we finally got this 2J on the engine stand. Today we're going to be doing disassembly. I'm not going to film the whole thing. I'm just going to put it in time lapse because it's going to be quite boring. But once I get the valve covers off and the front covers off and everything, I'm going to pick back up the camera and see what we got so far. But before we get into this breaking down the engine, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like the video. Alright, just checking in with you guys. As you guys can see, I got the exhaust manifold off, I got the intake manifold off. We've been working, we got the front cover off of this engine. It's just working on the little bits just to try and get this completely disassembled so we can clean up this block. And I was looking in here, and the main reason why I wanted to take this apart is just to check like what was going on inside of the engine before we chucked it in the car, because the last thing you want to do is put something that's gonna fuck up as soon as you get the first start, and now you're down the drain a bunch of money and now you have to take everything back out. So I just wanted to run through this motor before we even put it in the car, even thought about putting it in the car. So far everything's looking pretty good. I actually do notice that there is ARP head studs and bolts in this block, so that is a huge plus. It's looking like this engine is coming with quite a few extra goodies, which I like. But yeah, ARP head bolts and studs. Comes with the aftermarket intake manifold with this gasket here, which is really nice. And yeah, guys, if I didn't mention in the last video, this is the VVT-i model, so it does come with this. I think this is a cam sensor here, cam duration sensor there, or something like that. And this is a VVT-i solenoid. I'm new to this 2J stuff. I'm learning as I go, learning all this stuff. I knew just a little bit about 2Js before. I knew the differences before between the 2JZ. I knew the differences between the GE and the GTE, and I also knew the differences between the VVT-i and the non-VVT-i. And this obviously is the VVT-i model. So what I want to check is what rods are in here, because if they already swapped over to the GTE rods, that's a huge plus. That means I don't have to buy them, and that also means that we can push this motor to a lot more horsepower. So yeah, man, I just have to wait for T's gonna come through tomorrow, and he's gonna help me get this crank bolt loose, because this thing is torqued to shit, bro. Like, it's insane. But yeah, lots of work so far going down on this engine, bro. I'm just like learning as I go, man. Once I get that crank bolt out, then we can finally take out the cam gears, and then we can get behind this timing cover, and then we can take off the heads. Once I take off the heads and I get the upper oil pan off, then we can check what rods are in here. Alright guys, so it's been a while since I actually picked up the camera, so let me just show you what progress we made. We got the the upper oil pan off, and I did confirm that these are the VVT-i rods, so they'll have to get replaced with the GTE rods. So now we're just trying to clean up the block. As you guys can see, I got a little wire wheel, and I'm trying to wire wheel all this black paint off, get it back to the aluminum cast, and then we're gonna repaint it. But all these dirty ass parts need to get wire wheeled, cleaned up. See this side, I haven't hit this side with the grinder yet, just a little wire wheel on the drill, but this side's coming along. This is gonna take a long time, bro. It's probably gonna take like a whole day of cleaning. Alright guys, checking back in. As you guys can see, now we got everything off. Everything. The crank, pulley, the cover, the timing belt, the cam gears, everything's off. Now we just need to, I'm not gonna take the cams and the heads off today. What I'm gonna do now is start back cleaning up this block so we can repaint it. Because, yeah bro, they painted it black and that shit ain't it. Alright guys, we got a little break from the 2J content. We're out here at USDC, a little drift event in West Palm Beach, Florida. and we're trying to get a ride in some drift cars. Not gonna lie, guys, that Z right there, hard. That shit's super hard. Shit, Supras? I showed you guys that car before. Yeah, that Supra is sick. I have followed him on Instagram for the longest of time. I had no idea he was in Florida. He did another Supra on TEs. Shit is so sick. What is up, guys? Thank you guys for tuning into another video. We're hopping straight into this video, guys. This is gonna be the official start of the 2JZ 350Z build. We have the 2J right here currently on the engine stand. We're gonna be building this thing, and I didn't do a very good job filming the disassembly of the engine, so I'm gonna make sure I do a good job filming the assembly of the engine and everything that we got and all the components and stuff. So sit back, get comfortable, and we're gonna build this thing. We're not going for like a super high horsepower build. I mean, it is gonna be super high horsepower. It's a 2J at the end of the day, but yeah, super light build, nothing crazy over the top. Just some rods, rod bearings, main bearings, and VVTi. So this car, after it's done, should peak at around like 850. If we really wanted to push it to 900, we could, but we're not going to be doing that. So sit back and relax, guys, for this is the official start to the 2J 350Z build. You guys can see right here, these are the rod bearings, I think, or the main bearings, I can't remember, but we went with the ACL race bearings, extra oil clearance, and we went with Eagle rods. If you guys don't know, these are the same rods that Fresh Kicks ran in his 350Z whenever it was making 900 horsepower. They're rated for 800, but his Z lasted like fucking 5 years at 900 with these rods. So I trust these rods, so that's why we went with these rods, and they're actually a lot cheaper than like the what was it? What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. But they're like what every 2JZ guy goes with. I'll remember the name some eventually. But yeah, guys, this is the engine. You know, I cleaned this thing up, painted it. It looks brand new on the outside. The cylinder walls are in perfect condition. The pistons need to be cleaned up. You guys will see us do that. But yeah, guys, that's the head, VVTi. I was thinking about doing upgraded springs and retainers, but then I would just have to buy some more tools to take the keepers out and everything like that, and I want to keep it kind of simple. And if you guys are new to the channel, this is my single turbo 350Z DE rev up rear mount turbo right there in the back. But yeah, guys, this is my baby right here. We're soon gonna have an E36 on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's my baby. I have not done anything to it for a while now, so if you guys want to see more stuff done to this car, let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, so my camera died, so we're recording on the iPhone from here on out for the rest of the day until I can get the charger. But as you guys can see, the crank is out, the pistons, rods are out, the main bearings are out. We're gonna go ahead and put these new main bearings in, and then we're gonna be able to put the crank back in, check the clearances before we put all the rods and stuff in, and then if the clearances are good, we're gonna go ahead and reassemble the whole motor. Okay, all the new main bearings are in. They actually look really cool. Now I have to get the bearings in the main caps, put the crank in, check the clearances, lube everything up, and we're gonna be on to getting the new rods in. Okay, we have plastic gauge underneath the main caps. We're gonna torque these down and then do a 90-degree turn on all the main cap bolts. And then we're gonna check the clearances with the plastic gauge to make sure everything is all good. Okay guys, so a little fast forward. I checked the clearances, everything checked out. Now I am just finishing up, lubing up the crank and the main bearings. Now I'm gonna do these main caps, lube them up really quick, and then set them into place while the bolts are getting oiled up right now. Okay guys, so we have kind of reached a stopping point on this for today. We got the main caps back in, the crank back in, all the bearings in except for the rod bearings, which we have the rods over there. So I think the last thing that I'll probably do today is put the bearings on the rods and get them ready for tomorrow, so we can be able to put the pistons. So we'll be able to put the pistons on them and then get the pistons and rods in the block. Then we'll be able to turn this thing over and start adding the head gasket, the head, and putting basically everything back together. Camera died on me again, but like I was saying, this is honestly overbuilt for 500 to 600 horsepower. This will easily make 900, and but yeah, we're not going for that. But finally, bro, finally, this was a huge learning experience for me. This is my first time building an engine, and yeah, it was very, very fun. I would definitely do it again. I'm thinking about even building the motor, a separate motor for the Z to turn that up, because right now it makes around like 500, but this car making like 800 would be insane. So maybe in the works, maybe in the future, I don't know. I had a build block for that car, just never used it. I ended up selling it, but maybe I'll go down that path again, or maybe I'll just do another swap, a little case series. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys are liking the 2J content, if you guys want to see more of the 2J Swap 350Z, hit that subscribe button. Holla at your boy. Rock with your boy. Support your boy. My Instagram's right here too. I'll put it right here in the on the screen. But yeah, if you guys want to see more updates, definitely hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you in the next one.